Really, because ain't no sunshine in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Everybody loves the sunshine.
You let us know when we're
Sunshine.
live. Yeah.
This meeting is
Folks
being
get
live
brown.
streamed. Okay.
Folks get brown in the sunshine.
Let's see.
Feel what I
Thank
feel when I
you.
feel when I feel when I feel it.
Hey,
We're
go ahead and
live.
sing that. Hi, family. You see that vibe? Did you hear that? Feel what I feel when I feel when I feel when I feel it.
When I feel it.
Okay, so welcome to this live with LaVerne Baker Hotep and
Hey,
Tony McClendon and Carolyn
Yes.
Renee, also known as Renee. Family calls me Renee, your family, so call me Renee. So
all right.
welcome. Hey, friends. How y'all
Hey,
doing?
doing well.
Wow.
Good thing.
Doing
So
well.
we here to share about the what, the InterPlay, BIPOC retreat, restoring the well, the when, and all the deets. But more importantly, we're here to learn about what's going to happen at the retreat.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you go to a party or wherever you're going, and there's this buffet set. And so Laverne Baker Hotep is our sister who is going to be bringing us a workshop dealing with trauma. And in these times, not only do we need to restore, but before we can restore, we got to tap into what's holding us up, that baggage. And so I want to turn it over to um, our sister, Laverne, and share a little bit about what we can expect. I don't know, something about that word expect. It's like how do we show up to receive? How about that? And be
Mhm.
in community with each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
that's what we're planning to do is to be in community with each other. And really, really looking forward to that. Hey, everybody out there. Just really glad to be here and see folks and, well, be in commune right here. And so just really, really excited about this retreat that's coming up. Um, what is this? So is this our, I don't know which one this is, but
Since
we're,
first one, 2017 was the first. 2016. Yeah,
was
it
that the
was
first one?
even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then what's really exciting for you and I, Tony, is the fact that it's going to be in Pennsylvania, close to Pittsburgh,
Yes.
which we've been wanting
Yes.
that to happen for a long time. We've been inviting, come to our direction, in our direction. So finally that's happening. So we're going to be welcoming people to this part of the country and to the hills and dales and mountains of Pennsylvania, Appalachia. And so we're really excited about having you come. And in these mountains and valleys is a good place to really talk about healing. And so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be
Mhm.
doing a lot of things, but really looking at how do we heal from just the legacy burdens that we've been experiencing over generations. Those legacy burdens, as a result of uh, just the trauma that we've experienced, and that holds and sits in our bodies. Trauma results from exposure to, it's either an incident or a series of events that that disturb us emotionally, physically, spiritually, um, sometimes life-threatening,
Mhm.
with lasting adverse effects on an individual. And I'm particularly interested in intergenerational trauma because, look, I'm a Black woman born in America. And so trauma is part of my experience as well as triumph. So, we've dealt with both the trauma and the triumph. And that's what we're going to be talking about at this retreat. Now, I am, just to say a little bit about myself, I'm not a clinician, but really, really interested in trauma. And I have for, I don't know, over 30 years been involved in social work and working with individuals, families, and communities who have experienced trauma. So I now am with an organization, the Traumatic Stress Institute, that is located in New Britain, Connecticut. And so I travel the country training organizations, client-serving organizations who want to become trauma-informed and change their whole systems to become a trauma-informed organization. So that's the work that I do now with this organization, and really seeing the results of that, seeing people change, and people take in and have a deep understanding of what trauma is and its impact, and then organizations begin to have a paradigm shift in the way they think about trauma, and it results in a difference in how they treat their clients and how they treat themselves and each other. So again, my interest is in intergenerational trauma. What's the impact that trauma has had on us as people of color who have experienced trauma over time, and trauma that sits in the body now because we've held stuff in with trying to figure out where does it go, well, it stays with us until we figure out a way to work it out and work it through. And healing happens in community. That's why coming together in this retreat and really getting an understanding of what trauma is, its impact on us as a people, and then look at some ways that we can start to talk about healing. So through this workshop, which is I've named Our Bodies Remember, because our bodies do remember. So this is going to be an interactive play shop that's specifically designed for people of color, Black, Indigenous people of color who are engaged in activism, engaged in healing, engaged in community leadership and cultural work. And that's most of the people that that are involved in InterPlay. And so this workshop or play shop, this experiential workshop will use movement, story. That's what InterPlay does. Stillness and witnessing. We'll use all of that to explore how racialized and intergenerational trauma lives in the body, and how embodied practices can support regulation of our nervous system. And Lord have mercy, we need to regulate our nervous system, and how it can support resilience and collective healing. So that's a little bit about what we're going to be doing and involved in at the retreat. So you'll be guided through these carefully paced sequences of interplay forms, because interplay is a way to use these forms that support nervous system safety, self-expression, and ancestral connection. So those are some of the things that we're going to be that we're going to be looking at and talking about. So I'll just stop there, talk more about it as we move through, but just wanting people to be there so that we can really come together collectively and look at how do we heal from what we've experienced so that we can reach our full potential and be the contribution that we came into the world to be.
That's a word right there. Thank you so much, LaVerne. I want to just say a word about InterPlay before I turn it over to Toni, because we've got friends joining us who might be asking, well, what is this InterPlay? And it is a creative, active way to tap into the wisdom of the body. And it is a system that is stewarded by an organization known as Body Wisdom. Body Wisdom is going on 40 years old. Somewhere. We're getting close to being, we grown, okay? And so we are an organization that was founded by a woman named Cynthia Winton Henry, co-founded by Phil Porter, and they are dancers and ministers, and they codified the system, and it's our birthright practices, and we appreciate the fact that they formalized it and have given us the gift of this thing we call interplay. So we will be playing together, and really loving on each other as we heal from harm that's been caused by others to us, harm that has been caused by ourselves to ourselves, and the harm we've created with each other. So we've got a lot of work to do, and we realize that we're living in times where we need to be restored, and that's why we're restoring the well. And I want to turn it over to Toni, who is the InterPlay or Body Wisdom, the nonprofit board chair, board president. Okay. I could say more, but I'm not. I'm going to pass it over to you, Toni, to share with our friends who you are in InterPlay, and then who you are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the rest of the world.
Hey, well, I am the co-chair of the board, Body Wisdom Board of InterPlay, and we are striving to make InterPlay. Let me backtrack a little bit. InterPlay has been around for 36 years, and we're in like 60 or more cities in the United States. We're in practically every continent we have InterPlay in Malawi, Africa specifically. We have people are doing InterPlay in Uganda. People are doing InterPlay in London. People are doing InterPlay in Ireland. People are doing InterPlay in Hawaii. And Black and Indigenous and other people of color are doing InterPlay all around the world. And in 2017, at one of the leaders gathering, because we do have gathering of leaders that come from all over the world. In 2017, we adopted a racial equity and transformational statement, which at these days and times, and back in 2017, it was appropriate for 2017, but this is 2026, and you all know that the world has changed. There's so much going on around the world that we're looking at InterPlay as an organization that really delves into racial equity and transportation as a way of how we can begin to work together and to celebrate each other, celebrate our differences using the forms of interplay, and where the trauma comes in, or the healing comes in, is that we come into these rooms or these places bringing our most authentic selves, and sometimes our most authentic selves happen to bring some microaggression and other things with them. And so we all have to learn how to heal from that and how we can all work together, because that's just that everybody has trauma. Everybody has trauma, and it affects us, or we give it or we get it, but everybody has trauma. And that we want to come together in this beautiful place in the Laurel Highlands of Pennsylvania this particular weekend, to actually begin to learn about, through LaVerne, to learn all about how InterPlay we can integrate that into our toolkit, because we have principles and practices that are life sustaining, life changing, for personal, community, world transformation, music, movement, storytelling, improv to get to the wisdom of the body in fun and creative ways. It's the one sentence story of InterPlay. And so let me give you a little bit about this weekend coming up, the Laurel Highlands of Pennsylvania. We're encouraging people to sign up and to come. We really are, because that is such a beautiful spot. LaVerne talked about, being out in nature. There's trails. You can see the stars at night. We will be coming together through celebration and love.
Mm. Yeah, I'm just thinking about healing in nature, which is such part of who we are. So to be able to stand on the ground, to be able to have our feet touch the earth and be grounded in that way, is just a perfect place and space to talk about healing. Much of our trauma certainly happened, in spaces and in places outdoors, and which often disconnected us from the earth. And but that's who we are. We started out, we were connected to nature and to the earth. We commune with it. We know it. We understand it. It's in us. And then through trauma, disconnected us and had us back away from being connected to the earth. So it's time to reconnect. And that reconnection can be a part of our healing, has to be a part of our healing, to go back, Sankofa, to go back and fetch what was ours. And just like you, I think Carol and Renee talked about the InterPlay really embodying the parts of us that are our birthright. These kinds of forms and movements and ways of being, they belong to us. And so to go back, to receive those, to remember, to put our parts back together, is what we need to do. And this is what this retreat will help us to do. That will put us on a road, either a beginning or a continuation, wherever we are in our healing. And we're all in different places and spaces and levels of healing. But coming together in nature will be such a powerful thing.
Yes, thank you so much, Toni and LaVerne, and it was in 2016, I think Toni spoke to at the top, we came together. And I want to say, like, InterPlay we certify leaders. This is what we do in the system of InterPlay. And then you go out in the world and you plant your feet right where you are, and you share the system, where you are in your profession, but you're empowered through our system to do that. And so we have support for leaders, and we have a gathering in person. And I think it was in 2016 that we came together, and the Black, Indigenous, and people of color. And we're also grappling with the name. So let's not get caught up on that
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
YouTube, because I think that's
Yeah.
happening all over the place.
Yeah.
But I would say everybody but the dominant culture, we gathered in our little cohort, and we said we need more time together. And so that's how the retreat was born, with this realization that we as Black, brown, tan, Indigenous folks needed more time together. And so we started having these in-person retreats, not only for the InterPlay leaders, but for you. And so if you feel called at this moment to, join us, we want to invite you to do that. And we also want to invite you to be like the horse. The racehorse has some blinders on, right? So the focus is on the moment. The focus is on our mission. The focus is on our purpose. And the focus is, once again, us coming together, despite all the things we see at the moment, to really tap into our heart space, our mission, and using this interplay to weave the future forward. Because we all have a purpose, we all have work to do. And that's why we're calling it restoring restoring the well of you, restoring the well of me. And so in the comment section of this YouTube live, you'll see the registration information for the retreat and more information. There's a video that takes you on a tour of this lovely uh, place will be in nature that Toni and LaVerne both have shared with you the beauty of it. So we won't get into all of that, but the dates are, we will gather on Friday, May 22nd through Sunday, May 24th. And so we will feed you, and it's very reasonable. So look into it. We have limited scholarships, but we do have some scholarships available. And we just would love to have you come commune with us, learn about this interplay, and really move forward and advance together in this moment, because we do not have to feed the negativity of all the things. We don't even need to talk about all the things, because we all know the things. But let's come together for a higher purpose and restore our wells and bring our heart openers. So I want to
I just want to say that, for those of you who live in the Appalachia or the Laurel Highlands or the Pittsburgh region, we also offer a commuter package where you can just come out and come and just come and be with us, in the area, and to come to hear LaVerne, but also because she is a Pittsburgher, after all, she's a Pittsburgher.
Well, even deeper than Pittsburgh. I mean, I grew up in an itty bitty, about this big of a village, and close to nature, where when I was a child, I stayed in the woods all day, picked blackberries, and they couldn't find me, tadpoles, and all those kind of things that you do when you're out in the country. And so, and running barefoot all the time. I mean, those are the things. So I was always connected to nature, and laying on the grass and closing my eyes and waiting for the sun to hit my face, and seeing those red dots that you see when the sun gets in your eye. Those things I miss. And so it's there that those are my roots, in the deep Appalachian part of Pennsylvania. And from those roots has taken me many, many, many places. But that's where I started out and got rooted to the ground and reconnected to the earth. And so that's a part of me, and a part of me that I will hold on to forever. And so doing this, being able to do this work while I've done this work in different parts of the world, but to be able to do this work close to home touches my heart, touches my soul. So that's why I want people to really, really show up so we can show out some of the greenery of Pennsylvania and the mountains of Pennsylvania, which, you know, when you grow up in the country, there's a part of you that says, oh, after a while, oh, I want to leave here and I want to go someplace bigger and, you know, all of that. But then you realize, this is where it's at. This closeness to nature, this this being, you know, I say that I was raised in the it takes a village. I'm one of those people. And I grew up in the village where everybody took care of me, you know. And I feel really blessed to have had that experience. And I can always go back. That's my well, you know, that I can always go back to and drink from and take in to refresh, to remember, you know, to reconnect to the earth. So that's what we're going to do when we come together for this retreat, to lay our burdens down, you know. And that's what we'll have the opportunity to do. That was one of my grandmother's favorite songs.
And we're gonna start singing.
Yeah, let's go ahead, LaVerne. You know,
wait a minute.
we
I
got
was getting ready to say, I'm seeing her standing at the kitchen window, washing dishes and singing, glory, glory, hallelujah. Since I laid my burden down,
yes,
I feel better, so much better.
Yes, Lord.
Since I laid my burden down.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what we get
Yes.
to do, is to lay our burdens down, you know, with each other, in front of each other, side by side with each other, so that we can rise up, having dropped some of that, and
Yeah.
let the earth
Yeah.
absorb that back and restore us.
Yeah. Like last time we were on the Alabama shores, so we got to dip our toes in Mother Earth, Mother Water. Went into the
Yes.
mountains one time, so we got to, you know,
Yeah.
we're just yeah. And I just want to point out, no matter, even if you have never ever seen InterPlay done, I encourage you to come and experience it, because everybody that I know, the first time that it happened to me, and it happened to some other people I was with a couple of weeks ago, they took to InterPlay cause it's in us. We know how to sing. We know how to move. We know how to, yeah, we just know how. Some of us haven't forgotten how to be, and we want to bring what we have in us out, because sometimes we have repressed it. You know, we don't go outside because there's bugs out there. We don't go down the street because those people down there, and those people are going to say something to us if we go down. We compress ourselves sometimes, and sometimes we just need to
Stretch it out.
to breathe, just to breathe, and we do a lot of breathing in InterPlay. We do.
Yes, and we're gonna do some screaming and some shouting and some hugging on each other. So we want to
Absolutely.
see you there. It's May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th at the Retreat Center in Mount Pleasant. Is it Mount Pleasantville, you all?
It's Mount Pleasant.
No, just Mount Pleasant.
It's a Laurelville Retreat Center. I called it something else. Laurelville Retreat Center in Mount Pleasant. in the Laurel Highlands. If anybody's familiar with Ohio Pile, or anybody familiar with, let's see, yeah, Ohio Pile, Frank Lloyd's Place, and it's in that area of Pennsylvania, the Laurel Highlands, which is, as LaVerne had pointed out, in Appalachia. Appalachia, so us
Yeah.
black Appalachians here. And Carolyn, Renee, I think where you from is part of the Appalachians too.
Okay, come on. Let's go ahead and talk about
That's right.
Mississippi. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
You better know it.
Yes.
You better know it. Look, I want to
I
give them the website for InterPlay. It's interplay.org. And we want you to go to the website, and everything is chronological by date. So look for May 22nd, and you'll find us, and it'll say Restoring the Well. You click on there, you'll be taken to the registration page. And check this out. We're about to end this conversation, and then Tony and I will go live on Zoom, and we have put a Zoom link in your YouTube comment section. So if you'll click there, you'll pivot over there to ask more specific questions if you want to talk to us, one-on-one. And LaVerne, we want to thank you for, your gifts, for being here. You all got to meet LaVerne. You got to meet Tony. You got to meet
yeah,
me.
come on
But
and meet
let me say,
us.
come on,
Well,
come meet us.
yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All
Hmm.
right.
All
Thank
right.
you all
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to us being together soon.
All right. Peace,
Yes.
family.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.